All right, what's up, you guys? What's up? Happy Monday. We're going live today. We're going to talk a little bit about a subject that was a good conversation I had with the people who are in my grant coaching program. And I thought, you know what? I want to go live first thing Monday to get you guys started off fresh. Let's talk about business, shall we? I want to talk about how to get these grants and contracts that you're not qualified for, and how to find them. I think that's probably the biggest thing. I think people will find that they cannot find grants, and when they find these grants or contracts, they're like, "My God, I'm not qualified. I don't have everything that they're looking for." So we're going to talk about that today. But I want you guys to do me a favor. If you're watching the replay, in the comments, write the word replay. If you guys are catching me live, please tell me what's up. And just a good group question for everybody. I want to know, just type the number of grants or contracts that you've tried to apply for this year so far. Just go ahead and put in the comments for me. How many grants or contracts? Now, as you guys are all aware, I'm speaking to my entrepreneurs. This is election year, right? And during election year, when we go through these cycles, and I'm not talking about just like every year's election year somewhere in the world, but I'm just talking about like the massive ones, right? Every 2 years, we have like big elections. A lot of politicians right now are trying to buy your vote. Okay, so they're pumping money into your state, your counties, your cities. Everyone is trying to get your business because entrepreneurs, we have the biggest influence, I think, out of anyone in the world because we're connected with so many people, because we're always networking, we're always reaching out, we're always talking to people. We are influencers in our own right. So this is the best time more than any other time for you guys to start buckling down and start getting your business funded. And I'm all for getting business credit cards. I'm all for getting loans if you need it, but I'm more enticed by grants, money you don't have to pay back, or massive contracts, which we're going to go through today. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what you need to do to get one of these grants or to get one of these contracts that you might not necessarily be qualified for. So if you guys have dealt with that before, if you guys have seen stuff out there that you guys have not applied for or because you weren't qualified, let me know in the comments. Like, hey, I keep finding grants I'm just not, suited for, or I keep finding these things I'm not suited for. Okay, so this is going to be a thing that you probably may have heard of, but you're probably not well versed in, and it's called a joint venture. Some people call them JVs, especially like in the real estate world, right? We talk about joining two different companies coming together with a common purpose to be better suited to get the grand prize. In real estate, it's to get the home or the apartment complex. For you guys, it's to get that massive grant, that 6, 7, or 8-figure grant. There's a contract that I just recently applied for. The total amount was $35 million. Now, they did mention in their documents, they did say, hey, we're going to split this amongst, multiple businesses that apply. I will say this, in my local community, I highly doubt many companies knew about this contract, let alone even applied for it. It was a 33-page document I had to create, like from scratch. I had to create this document and I had to submit this document. And let me tell you, it was hard. I had 2 minutes to spare before the deadline hit. So I'll show you guys that right now. So let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. Now, let me just educate you guys. Now, every state and county and city, you should be registered. And I mean registered for procurement. So if you guys have not gone to your state, I think California is it's called Cal E-Procure. Las Vegas has not Las Vegas, but Nevada has their own site. Every state has their own site where you can go on there and you can register to bid on contracts. Now, grants.gov, that's a great website when you're trying to get massive grants. I'm not talking about the baby $500 grants or the $1,000 or the $10,000 grants. I'm not talking about the small stuff. And it's not that those aren't important. Those are very important grants to get. Any grant is a grant worth applying for if you have the time, right? But I'm talking about like the 6, 7, and 8-figure grants. We're going to discuss exactly how you can get those, even if your business is not qualified to get them, okay? Again, going back to joint ventures. Now, open.gov or opengov.com is a website where a lot of your counties and your states will put their contracts. It's like a third-party hub where they can just list the things there. And these people, they manage all the contracts they put out there into the world, into the universe, right? So one of the things you guys can do is you can just do a Google. You can just Google your county or Google your city and Google that and say procurement contracts, register with my city. And it might come up with business city licenses. I'm not talking about that. You need that, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like, doing business with your city or procurement with your city, like those things. So it's going to have you register on a website kind of like this right here. Now, when you guys get into that website, this is what it's going to look like. And this is one thing that I actually recently applied for myself. Okay. So one of these things right here, you're going to find something that might be closely related to your business. Like I've seen contracts for selling toilet paper. I've seen contracts, for truck driving, transportation, behavioral health. There's all kinds of contracts in here. This one right here, let's say, for example, you may not be a psychologist, you're not a psychiatrist or a therapist or what have you, but you know some people. This is what you do. You find these contracts. You get in contact with somebody who might be in a mental health capacity, or if let's say this is a toilet paper, like, you're providing toilet paper to your city, right? So then you get in contact with someone who actually distributes toilet paper. Then you say, hey, look, there's a contract that I'm bidding on. I would love to team up with you. Are you interested in working this together as a joint venture? All I need to know is what you charge, what your asking price is, so I can tuck it into the contract. Now, what do? You, my friend, whatever they give you as far as their price, let's say like, they want like 30 pallets a month of toilet paper, right? But then you get that quote, because it's going to be within the contract details on what they want. So then you give it to people, you get their quote, how much they're going to charge. You put what you want to earn on top of that. Let's say you want to earn $100,000 just for being a middleman, or $250,000. It's totally up to you and how much is available in a contract. And I'm going to show you guys exactly where to find that. So right here, when you log in, they're going to have like the overview of like what it's all about right here. And I know this is overwhelming. So please, guys, bear with me. I'm going to show you guys how not to be overwhelmed by all this information, because already some of you guys are watching this and you're like, oh God, this is too much information. I'm not good enough. Trust me, you are. I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay. This is exactly what I teach in my coaching group. Okay. This says project documents right here. Now, this is important because I go right to the scope. What is the scope of this right here? And it tells me everything that they're looking for, like, what's entailed in this contract right here. Now, what's the next important thing? You guys want to see like, what's the funding available? So I know what to ask. Well, this right here is a $36 million contract for $12 million a year. Okay. Now just imagine this is like in your industry, or maybe again, you're just in business and you know someone who does this locally, right? You made your phone calls, you made connections, or you're in a networking group, you're part of a chamber. And so you know someone who can satisfy, if not all of it, maybe it's just a small piece of the pie. Maybe you don't need 12 million a year. Maybe you just want 1 million a year, and you're splitting that 1 million with your contractor, and all they want is $500,000 to do the movements. And then all you want is $500,000 to pay yourself. It doesn't matter because you're doing a joint venture. So whatever history they have, you guys get to come together as one unit. It's kind of like the Power Rangers, right? They kind of come together, not a one monster business. I mean, that's what it is. Maybe you're the admin side. Maybe you coordinate things, whatever the case may be, you can wrap yourself into this project, and you got to be fully transparent that like, yes, I'm teaming with XYZ business. Okay. And there's going to be some information for that business that you might need to get from them. So again, you need to get their buy-in. I highly recommend go beyond an email. Meet with them, have some coffee, right? Go meet with them, have coffee, talk about your similarities, what your goals are, and say, hey, look, this city is in deep need for toilet paper. They're in deep need for mental health, services. Like, let's team up together. All right. And, like, again, you don't have to disclose how much money's in there. You just need to know, are you interested in what do you want as my partner? Okay. And then once they tell you all that, awesome, I'll apply for the contract. But more than a handshake, you need to have an agreement between the two of you all. All right. And we'll talk more about that later, because sometimes people come together and they form, like a limited liability partnership. Some people do that. You don't necessarily have to. You can actually have like a mutual agreement, signed between the two of you all and be good to go. Just make sure you trust them that they're not going to bail out on you last minute, because if you get awarded this is a lot of money to lose. You don't want to lose any money. All right. So let's go through the checklist. You go ahead and you register with your city or your county for procurement. You can even do it at the state level. I always tell people start at the lowest level, because those are the easiest contracts or grants to get, right? Those are the easiest ones to get. And then you can work your way up, and you can just kind of dig through the weeds and find what might make sense for you and your business, whatever it may be. Maybe you're stuck. Maybe you're not making any money. Maybe your business, you do laundry. I don't know, but you're stuck and you need something that's going to help improve your income. This is a great way to do it, especially if you learn, like I teach. If you guys learn how to apply for these contracts, you're going to get them. And all these right here are different documents that just kind of explain like what the scope of the contract is all about. This is a lot of verbiage right here that most people are like, man, I don't even understand what the heck it's talking about. You guys got to remember, today's time, we have AI on our side. You can literally take this right here. You can take this document and you can copy all of this right here. All right. Or you can download, because they have downloads, and you can download all these documents right here. And you know what? Download selected items. And all you're going to do is you can feed it to ChatGPT, because it lets you, if you got the paid version, the pro version, or you can do Microsoft Copilot, right? You can upload it to that. It will read the document and you can say, break this down to me in terms that a fifth grader would understand. Okay. Summarize it, break it down. What are the qualifications? What do I need to know? Give me the bluff. You just got to give it the right prompts. Sometimes you got to try just a few times until you get it to where you really fully understand it. And then there, you're going to print out the documents for yourself from the AI. And then you can print out the actual documents you downloaded from this website just for cross-reference. I always like to download and I like to print stuff, because I like to highlight things and check things off. But I'm telling you, don't get discouraged. This is easier than what I'm making it sound, okay? You're literally having it broken down so it reads like a children's storybook to you so you can follow it. But you still want to make sure you cross-reference the actual documents itself, because you're going to be using these words to tie in your mission to actually mirror the mission of this contract. All right. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to tell the AI, ChatGPT, Copilot, Bard, whatever you guys are using, Gemini, you're just going to tell them, hey, look, this is my company. This is what we're all about. I'm doing a joint venture with this other company, and this is what we're all about. Okay. This is what we do. And I want you to review this grant or review this contract. Review it, and I want you to tie in what I shared with you about my business. I want you to tie it in with this document so it makes it look like it's a match made in heaven. And guess what? The AI will start pumping out that information. The AI will make you sound like you're freaking amazing. And then once you do that, now you sound like you're like the best fit for it. Just make sure you don't fabricate. You got to make sure you tell the AI, do not say I can do certain things that I can't do, because the contractors understand not everyone's going to check all the boxes, and you don't want to check all the boxes. Maybe you want to do the easiest part possible. Don't say, you got like an 18-wheeler truck when you don't, because then you got to be scrambling trying to find an 18-wheeler truck. Just say, hey, this is what I have and this is what I can do. I don't want the full 36 million. I just want $1 million a year for the next 3 years, $1 million a year for the next 5 years. You guys understand? You guys can do that, right? Did I not show you guys that? Right over here, I go over here to the funding and it says they pay out 12 million a year. Well, if I don't need 12 million because I don't have the staff to pay 12 million, I tell them exactly what I need. I give them my salary. I get a salary of my spouse because she's going to help me. I get a salary of whoever, my friend or my employees who's going to actually be helping. Like, I want our salaries paid for the next 3 to 5 years doing this one contract right here. Is it going to be a full-time gig? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. But as long as you are transparent, because again, this is big money. So understand, they're going to make sure you can do what you say you can do, and make sure you tell the AI, don't lie, don't fabricate, but just write this in a way to where I feel like I'm a match made in heaven. That's all you need to do. And that'll keep you out of trouble for lying, right? You don't want to lie, but you want to actually say, hey, this is a perfect contract for this company, but this company doesn't know about it. I'm going to write it on behalf of the company so they understand that we can do this. We can accommodate this. And we can get it done. And it's really important that you guys don't do this last minute. Don't wait when it's like 2 days out, 3 days out. It's almost like not even worth your time. But if you got like 30 days, 60 days, that's a lot of great planning you can get because you got to gather a lot of information. You got to get references, but this is big money you guys can get. The same thing with grants. You're going to see grants out there that's going to say, hey, we want somebody who can do this, this, and that. All right. And they're going to say, hey, you need to have this much experience. Maybe you're a brand new business and you have zero experience. But then you come to someone like me, you're like, man, you know what? Joe been doing this for 5 years. Joe is motivated and capable of handling his contract. I'm going to ask Joe, how much would he want to do this particular job? And if he's willing to go on as a joint venture with me, and I'm willing to give him what he's asking for. I'm not going to try to shortchange him because I want Joe to be happy because Joe's going to be the one doing 99% of the work. I'm doing the 1% by sealing the deal with this contract. That's it. And that right there, like I said, like this is going to get you guys those big, massive contracts and big deals. And again, look, this one starts July 1st, 2024. All right. And it goes through June 30th, 2027. This means that the next, person, and you can do 2 additional 1-year terms for no more than 5 years. Imagine getting paid $1 million for the next 5 years because you found a contract, you found a subcontractor or a joint venture partner who you can actually take this contract with and you guys can put it to work. Think about it. Think about how amazing it is. And if they do a good job, guess what? You can get another contract because you built a rapport and they might tell you, hey, you know what? You guys did so good. We want to get you for this next upcoming contract. All you got to do is just apply. And that's it, guys. That right there is how you're going to get yourself into the front lines of actually getting a massive contract. So what do you need to do? Number one, you need to register on sam.gov. You need to have a tax ID. And I'm talking about sam.gov for grants and for contracts, okay? Because this works for both. It's one of the same. You need to get your sam.gov information. All you do is register your business. It's free. Okay, you can go to Duns and Bradstreet, dnb.com. Go there, go get your Duns number because sometimes for certain grants, sometimes they want it. I don't know why they still want Duns and Bradstreet numbers, but they do. So go get that information, right? So you're getting this information there. When you're applying for these grants, you're utilizing your AI, your partnership and joint ventureship, and you're just putting the package together and you're uploading these documents, and then you're going to get yourself some massive money. Now, you guys, I know this is a lot of information. I know it could be a little bit overwhelming, but that's why I put my links over here. I open up a mentorship program. It's like $49 a month, guys. It's free. I mean, it's essentially free, where you guys can get like literally step-by-step detailed information if you guys ever need it. If you just want some coaching, mentorship, help, you find contracts and you don't know what to do and you don't have the budget to be paying someone thousands of dollars to coach you, then guys, just click the link, join the program. I'll help you with your grants. I'll help you with your contracts. You can ask whatever questions you want. Matter of fact, we have live coaching tomorrow where we get our coffee out, we sit around a round table, and then we just go hard. We go hard and we discuss where's the money at and how to get the money. All right, guys. Hope you guys like the video. I got to cut to work because speaking of grants, I got a grant deadline that I got to meet. I got to make sure I pay for that. You guys have an awesome week. It is, man, we are deep into the year. You guys got to get going. If you have not got a grant, you have not been applying, you need to get off your ass and start making it happen. All right. I'll see you guys later. You guys have a great one.